Hello, everyone. Welcome again to week 4 of the Valence League. We have got a super exciting matchup today. Eclipse Solar versus Prime Cosmic Eagles, both two very strong teams in Valence League in Division 3. And alongside me, we have a bit of a guest appearance, Colorcaster, from the great old MLS, for anyone who knows that out there. We've got Tom Wants Res. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. It's fun to cast twice in 1 week. Whoa!
Whoa. Oh, no.
You can tell it's a special week. It's half term.
Yeah. Oh yes, and I always forget you're a teacher, so surely you can educate some of the viewers here as well on your excellent league knowledge. But we are just kind of waiting for the two teams to get into the banning and draft phase. But so how did your cast go yesterday?
No, Tuesday, wasn't it? Was it Tuesday? It was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Oh my god, it's 2 days in a row.
Wednesday,
yeah. See, this is what happens when you're a teacher and you're on half term. Like the moment that you're like, yeah, I'm not at work. I don't know what I'm doing. 8 days bleed into each other. So yeah, I ended up having to do a solo cast, and it's the worst. Honestly, like it's so difficult to have a conversation with yourself for like 2 hours.
Yeah, I know. I do that many a time when I'm just about to go to sleep. But,
yeah.
But that's another thing. So, yeah. But now, they've been using. I've just kind of matched with the stream. Sorry, and I think the graphic is having a bit of fun with our broadcasting. But I think that was some other thing. But anyway, I'm waffling here because we are going to mention pro comps as well, that you're going to find out about Tom as well, that you can give a little inside view, which will help with compositions and ideas for each team. But have you got any comments? Kind of, there was the patch that came out yesterday as well. A few changes here and there. Zeri is officially stamped in the ground. Were there any kind of highlights that you spotted?
I can't remember. I killed a lot of time yesterday by going through the patch.
Nice.
But yeah, I can't. There was a lot of little changes. Zeri was the main big one, and then a lot of the rest of it was just like, oh, Mundo has slightly less HP per level, or attack damage per level, and someone else has a little bit less thingy, and Callista has 3 extra armor. Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah, there wasn't too much of a change, at least.
It's not a huge like meta kind of shake up, I don't think.
No. But yeah, I mean, interestingly, obviously there's Renata coming into this patch as well, the new support. Yeah, have you seen much on her? Have you managed to check her out much?
Yeah, I mean, done what most of us done. Watched the Champion Spotlight, had a little bit of a read, gone on Twitter, seen, everyone and their mum going, this champion is broken, etc., etc. But yeah, I like to wait to just see, wait for release.
Yeah.
Have a play myself because I don't have a PBE account because I'm lazy. And then,
Fair enough.
Go from there.
Yeah.
What about you? Have you got a PBE account?
I do, yes. I've managed to kind of have a bit of a nosy and a browse, and she's currently, as you probably might expect, very strong, very difficult to deal with. But this obviously on the PBE server is about 100 MS for me, so it's a bit annoying. But yeah, I mean, it was interesting you mentioned Mundo actually, because his ult cooldown
doesn't scale.
Yeah, it doesn't decrease anymore. So 20 seconds difference by 3rd rank, can make a bit of a difference. But yeah, we are actually into the pick and ban phase now as well. With the bans coming out, a Blitzcrank and a Lee Sin coming out. Blitzcrank did actually have a change himself as well. I think
it was very minor.
Yeah, but a change nonetheless.
That's it. Base health regeneration slightly decreased. So just making him a little bit weaker against Poke, but not really changing what he's good at.
Yeah, he's still got a grab, and clearly, Prime Cosmic Eagles are worried about those grabs. So Lulu and Gragas more kind of, I'd say, mainstream kind of bans. very just strong overall.
Yeah, same with the Zinzao, I'd say. Like Zinzao's just a top tier jungler and has been for
Mm.
a while. Not really been touched in a long time either, so just still strong.
Yeah.
And with Victor as well, actually.
Well, I was going to say, case in point there of probably the most strongest mid laner at the moment, weirdly.
Yeah, kind of surprised that he hasn't been tinkered with in either of the last two patches. I don't think he was touched in the last one either. And he's been kind of, he's been very prevalent kind of this whole season, especially in like competitive.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm liking the priority picks as well. You know, the Jinx and Corki as well that go in with that section with Victor being very at the top of the game at the moment, and the Viego always a prevalent jungler for sure. But where do you play again, Tom? What's your role?
I am a support main.
Oh, nice. Okay. Hey,
So
don't laugh it down,
what
man.
do you main? What do you main?
I'm jungle usually now.
Yeah, I used to be jungle, but
yeah.
I learned to I went on a mindfulness course and I stopped hating myself. So I don't do that.
This is true. Yeah. Jungle is just one of those like it's like a coffee addiction. Like you feel you have to do it, and you just like hate yourself for it.
Yeah, honestly,
So,
my highest rank was I got to platinum in season 4. That's when I last played the game like properly. I'm way more
wow.
casual nowadays,
Yeah.
but like that was before role based queuing. And
Yeah.
I maintain that the only reason I got that high is because I just went in the lobby and everyone just would get into a fight about what lane, and I
Yeah.
would just fill every single game. And I had like a positive win rate on like zigs and stuff because like sometimes I'd end up fill and just be mid, and it's like, well, as long as I don't lose,
Yeah.
I'm fine. And I miss that.
Yeah. There are a lot of things with the old school league, weren't there? That was nice to see, and that have gone now. You know, it's all very kind of pick your role and stick to it sort of thing. But we miss the autofill.
Yeah.
But yeah, so first kind of pick phase done and dusted into the second ban phase now as well. Nautilus taken out, followed by another support as well. So maybe this is more your area of expertise.
Banning my absolute main, Seraphine. I really like Seraphine.
Yeah,
Just
she's in a good place right now.
People don't play with her too well in solo queue. I think the way that her abilities work, like mainly the E, which is it's a slow, but if they're already slowed, it's a root, and if they're already rooted, it's a stun, and you can double cast it with the passive. So that means it's like the amount of times that I'll lane with something like Jinx has a slow on her W. So if Jinx lands the W first and you fire out the E, that's a stun.
Yeah, a root and a stun. Yeah, exactly.
And it's just and that's it, because there's a delay. Yeah, it's a root, and like 1 second passes, then it's a stun, and it's like
because I remember
it's so powerful.
Yeah, because I remember when she first came out and it had that kind of little note about it, and saying was like it turns a root into a stun. I was like, oh my god, damn. But you're right. Every time I've pretty much faced them, it's just the Seraphine used it as the slow and the root. No one, I don't think I've ever really experienced a Seraphine actually using the root into a stun. So yeah, that's a good little point to note. But sadly, we won't be facing that this game.
I know, right? I've got so much insight to give about a champion that is banned. Janna pick for spot, and she was buffed in 12.3 and has a win rate which is kind of, we all know it, elephant in the room. That win rate is skewed by the Smite top lane strategy, which itself has been nerfed.
Yeah, weirdly, I know, but or the wind rate, if you will.
No.
Yeah, blown her away. But yeah, that was kind of another. It was kind of like when Miss Fortune came out as a support as well, or you had Soraka top lane as well, and that was a thing. So, but seems like Riot aren't really keen on that. But there you go. So interesting. A Pike was kind of the choice response to the Janna.
Yeah, I mean she's good at disengage, but she's still squishy. So if Pike gets on her, it's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's a very aggressive team for Eclipse Solar, certainly. So could be interesting. But good amount of protection there with the Shen and the Janna, so you can clearly see that there's a lot of pressure on this Jinx to perform well with her team backing her up. But we do have the pro comps that's come through now. I don't know if you've got your stream up as well,
I have.
Tom, but
I'm
yeah,
here. I can see it.
very nice. But yeah, we can see procomps.gg, a great little tool for you all to analyze your whole team's composition and work out which kind of gaps you've got. So obviously saying for Eclipse Solo that the enemy's picking Protect, so picking Split and Siege kind of game style, but they've just gone for the engage really. They don't want to pussyfoot around, they're just going straight for it. Yeah.
Looking at the scaling, like with the picks like the Renekton as well, they've got a slight edge in that early game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so the blue one matching Eclipse Solar, and then obviously dipping just below Prime Cosmic Eagles, because you do have that Corki late game, and the Tristana, of course, as well. So
it's not a huge disparity. I wouldn't be saying, oh, if Eclipse Solo don't take first turret, don't get an early lead, that they're losing. Like it's there's not that much in it to be able to make a big call like that.
Yeah,
but it's worth bearing in mind.
Yeah, for sure. And you can actually see the individual lane matchups and how they fare. And it does say, that Tristana stronger than the Jinx in lane, which it can be kind of hit and miss, I guess. Obviously if Tristana is pushed into her turret, then she's going to struggle a fair bit. But how do you see as a bot laner yourself? How do you see those two kind of faring up? It's very much kind of if Pike gets the hit or Janna gets the...
I mean, I think most of the agency is on the Pike Trist lane. Like, if they get the engage that they want, they'll be able to run away with this game. But and whereas sort of Anray on the Janna, his job is to just not let that happen.
Yeah, very straight. Though he's got one job, so hopefully should be straightforward.
That's it. I think with both aggressive junglers as well, I feel like we're probably going to see a lot of priority in this bot lane.
And
Corki and LeBlanc, not the easiest lanes to gank.
Yeah.
Renekton, Shen, I mean, both junglers might want to head up for that, but personally, I'm thinking that we'd see the junglers focusing on this bot side.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's not going to be much point. Maybe, Kane's going to help out his Renekton, but, certainly on the side of Prime Cosmic Eagles, going to leave the Shen to his own devices.
Yeah.
And help, team elsewhere. But we do have a little...
Because it's a Shen pick as well. Like, if you're Kane, you want to be getting that bot lane ahead pre-Shen getting that level 6, because obviously then it becomes a lot harder to gank that bot lane.
Yeah, earlier, sooner rather than later is name of the game there, for sure. We do have a little prediction in the Twitch channel as well, and currently we've had two people put a lot of little tokens on Prime Cosmic Eagle at the moment compared to Eclipse Solar, so waging 5,000 tokens to 550 for Eclipse Solar, so maybe a bit of a bias in there somewhere. Who knows? But
it might,
how do you fare kind of the overall compositions then? Do you think there's kind of an obvious winner here, or do you think it's going to be pretty even?
Yeah, I think it's pretty even. Like, both scale quite well. I think personally, composition wise, I would say Cosmic Eagles is more my style, so I do prefer it. I prefer having something like the Shen.
It's a safer option, isn't it? Really, especially with the Viego's can be quite confident, engaging on the Tristana or the Corki even as well. So
it's more forgiving composition as well, I think. If you're out of position, you've got sort of the Janna, the Shen that can sort of change the tempo of a fight, whereas Eclipse are more kind of they go in, Pike, Renekton, Kane, they dive in, and either they win the fight or they don't win the fight.
Yeah, there's no
there's no stalemate.
No, that's you win or lose there, really, isn't it? So it'd be interesting to see these two teams come up against each other, both in the top half of Division 3, and I've casted Eclipse Solar either last week or 2 weeks ago, I think. and Luxor had two kind of very different games. One, he was on a Ari, which really didn't. Oh no, sorry, Victor, which he went like kind of 2 and 8, I believe, and then yeah, did really well with a Syndra. But anyway, we are in game and we will sync up.
Yep.
Yeah, hang on.
Go.
Hang on, yeah, it's just being a bit funny. Hang on. Yeah, okay, good to go. All good. And there's a pause. Oh yeah. Yeah, wouldn't be
League of Legends.
League game. Yeah, it would be League of Legends without a pause. Yeah. Apparently support is draining the battery.
It's not. I mean, it's not even amateur. Like sometimes you watch like the early seasons, they have
True.
They have such a delay that you don't notice the pauses, but you do sometimes see like champion disconnect, reconnect, and yeah. So happens to the best of us.
Indeed, even us. But even us casters, yeah, because they have like a 50-second delay now or something weird in the LEC. I don't know. They always keep changing it around.
It's literally just so that they can, if there's a short pause, they can have the stream
carry on
uninterrupted. Yeah.
Yeah, uninterrupted stream, baby. And that's what we're here now for on Valence League Division 3. Eclipse Solar versus Prime Cosmic Eagles. I had to think about that one, but PCE we can go with.
Yeah, PCE.
PCE, easy peasy. That's what it is. But no real action in the first few minutes. Both junglers, I think, opting. No, Viego looks like he's going to be opting for the top side to try and look and make an impact on that bot lane, like you were talking about earlier.
Yeah, absolute textbook. You know, go for the top side start, head bot level 3, make it happen.
Yeah, and it's interesting now. I mean, we're talking about the nostalgia, and you get the bit of a leash now, and then even the mid lane, Freezy, helping out his jungler there. That's a real old school kind of leash, and we got the engage already. The flash onto the Jinx as well. Gah. Just got to be careful there, and clever play, little setup early on. Eclipse Solar, making their impact straight away.
Yeah, that's a huge advantage in this bot lane early to have the flash down on the side of Jinx. She's got it's not like Tristana with the innate escape. That is now quite a gankable bot lane.
Yeah, Kane obviously has started in the bot side, unfortunately, but he has worked his way down though, and may go for an early gank here, pushing in that lane into the turret on the side of BCE as well.
Not sure what if Kane can do a level 2 gank. I'm not actually. He's kind of a little bit outside my wheelhouse. Well, you're the jungle main. Me in here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously as a Kane, you've got those orbs with your passive to stack up. So he has gone the Conqueror, but like I said, I have casted this team before in Kibo. When he was on the Kane, he does like to play Kane a lot as a main himself, not just for a composition pick. And he actually went red Kane with Duskblade, which actually turned out really strong for one reason or another. So I think he's going to copy that build again. It'll be interesting to see. So obviously red Kane looking to attack melee champions. So he is working up to probably gank that Shen first, being the only melee champion in a lane in this game.
So Trist is doing kind of what you expect Trist to do, shoving hard early, can't really help it.
Yep.
And with Viego on this bot side, we'll see that he has been spotted, possibly. Cheeky little pings coming out. Yeah, it did not account for that blue ward at Gromp that they got really early. That's still there.
Yeah, nice little vision play there.
So if you look, they shoved up to the turret, then as soon as they saw Viego was bot side, they've let the wave come crashing into them instead.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah. Bot lane mechanics from the expert here. That's what we like to see. Educating those non-bot laners.
Yeah.
It's call you like the sub teacher or something.
All those solo chumps.
The substitute teacher. I should call
Substitute. Go for it.
Yeah, but pretty much all quiet on the Western Front so far. Nothing too much, but I just say that Kibo is going in. The dash on the Shen is there, but the stun has come out as well. He's a pretty tanky boy.
Flashed.
The auto attack blocks as well, and the flash just for backup as well. He's able to just simply return to his turret. But a bit of action in the mid lane as well. Some toing and throwing Luxor having to dash away. But
Viego waiting mid, yeah.
Yeah, coming in. I think he's just going. Oh, he's going for the flash and stun as well. One more hit. Yeah, a bit too keen. As a Viego player, I have been there before. It does get a bit of orbs on Kibo as well. Yeah, that's the thing. At level 4, Viego isn't the strongest at the moment, and the flash really is a big commitment. Does get the flash from Luxor in the end, though.
Yeah, it's not the worst trade in the world, you know. Easy might maybe want to come back to that lane, but
yeah.
You know, we'll see what he does with that. There's no package on Corki yet, so he's going to be still pretty much chilling in that mid.
Yeah.
It takes ages to spawn now, doesn't it?
Yeah, they have nerfed that in the last patch, but he might be careful. Yeah, unfortunately, Freezy just having to back away. Does see the enemy jungler coming in, flashes out of the W as well, and Kibo doing some really good pressure. But yeah, nerf on that Corki package. I think it is around 6 or 7 minutes now. I think that it appears. Yeah.
Essentially, the main nerf was that it used to be too easy to always have it available for a dragon fight.
Yeah, which was a bit overpowered.
Yeah, so now you kind of, if you use it on a dragon fight, it will not be up in time for the next spawn.
Yeah,
it's harder to force that fight.
Yeah, certainly changes the dynamic there. But I mean, those missiles still hit like an absolute truck.
They do, and he's still got like they didn't nerf kind of his scaling or anything, so he's still got like 2 completely viable builds.
Yeah.
Going with the tier stack in here so far, so.
Yeah, so because there was actually I can't remember which game it was. I was watching a pro game where Corki went into Divine Thunderer, which was quite a interesting path. Did you?
Yeah, usually see kind of into a matchup like LeBlanc. I wouldn't be surprised if he went for the shield bow build. I've seen that quite a bit if you want to play a little bit safer, or well, be safer when you're playing a little bit less safe even.
Play safer, when you're safe. That always helps. But yeah, pretty safe game from PCE as well. Actually, nothing too much happening from their side, from their jungle. But it looks like they're going to be trying to take this first dragon of the game. Just be very objective.
Yeah, they shoved that in. Sins and Jaded kind of, they're stuck farming, so it's probably going to be uncontested, this Drake. There we go.
Yeah. Straight down the hatch, and there's a Cloud Drake for PCE. Just a bit of ult cooldown reduction, which for his gen is huge, actually. So, bit of a nice early Drake to get.
So, and speaking of channels, we have got 6 up in this top lane, 7 for Renekton just now. Oh, 7 for both, there we go. So we should be seeing some cross-map plays.
Yeah, of course, Renekton does have the capability to interrupt that ultimate as well. So I was casting the game on Monday, if not the ones yesterday, and we had a Shen versus a Kayle. So obviously Kayle was not able to interrupt the Shen ultimate. He could just kind of freely ult. But in the end, it was actually the Kayle's team that won and leaving.
Kayle still scales. So.
Exactly.
You can stop the ult by killing him.
Yeah.
That's, death is the best CC and all that.
It is. Yeah, can't do much when you're dead. But Breezy just keeping Luxor on his toes there as well, not letting him get any farm. That wave is pushed in, so he's just going to have to simply base and wait for his wave to come to him.
So this is quite. It's like I'm getting whiplash from like some of the games that I cast yesterday, where like we were like 20 kills deep at this point. So we've got both teams kind of just quietly playing. There's like a slight gold lead for Eclipse.
Yeah.
Just from farming, basically. No? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
pretty much. I think, yeah, if you look at the individual lanes and champions, I mean, there's literally about 200 gold on the side of Kane, and I think that's probably, I mean, that's one camp basically.
Yeah.
And I think he must have got that from wards as well, maybe. I mean, it can't be that much. You know, one camp isn't gonna get that much, but yeah, I mean, really different to our usual MLS adventures, isn't it? Really,
Yeah.
was pretty nuts yesterday in MLS 2 as well. But yeah, both teams a bit cautious. I think it's probably a bit of kind of tension almost. You know, neither team
I mean,
confident enough to pull the trigger.
I'd say that PCE they don't want to make the first move with this composition that they've got.
Yeah.
So they're good. They're just going to be. They're happy playing the game like this. Eclipse have just not been able to force anything. They've tried, but yeah, not been able to force anything just yet. It says a lot about the state of this game as well when you look at the minimap and look at the jungle camps that have been taken, and there's like basically full clears in both jungles. We've got a little bit of respawn now, but yeah.
Yeah, it does feel like a bit of a pro game, doesn't it? You know, when just both junglers are kind of just clearing their own jungle, and just kind of matching the CS for the laners, really. And just kind of watching a bit of farming simulator, really. Kibo, to be fair, has tried his luck at influencing the lanes, just not been able to quite get that. You know, he was pre-transformation and pre-6 as well, so
Yeah.
you know, not really going to get out much of that. But Freezy certainly looking for that first kill in the mid lane.
Itchy trigger finger here now.
Yeah, really desperate for that. Does have the ignite. So yeah,
I mean,
Luxor could.
Killer did, Viego did that really ballsy level 4 gank as well, with the flash under the turret. But
oh yeah,
all those ganks happened so much earlier in the game that all flashes are just back up now. Every single flash is off cooldown.
Yeah, didn't really make a difference in the end. Yeah, you see, Pyke is waiting in the wings as well. Again, Freezy just coming out with those chains, really just straight off cooldown, really, and not quite landing it just yet. Luxor on the Corki, pretty difficult to gank with that Valkyrie ability as well.
Yeah, it's a safe lane. Package is available now, so Luxor, he's got no mana. So at some point he's probably going to go back and he's going to come back with a package. So
yeah,
maybe Eclipse will use that to force something.
Yeah, that's feels like that's going to be the opener that opens the can. I was going to say can opener opens the can, but
An opener that opens the can.
Yeah, but we do have a Rift Herald, which notoriously is never really seen on camera.
Yeah,
just
beautiful.
kind of taken out of the way. But we are right. We do have the first engage with a flash as well from the Pyke. Doesn't reach anyone. The package comes out, but trying to just counter engage from that Rift Herald.
And they need to. They need to just peel off and get the Rift Herald, or not.
Yeah, it does go in as well. Pings the ignite as well onto the LeBlanc, but of course she's able to simply jump out the way, avoids the stun. But you can just see it's on a knife edge, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got Dragon Spawn now, so this looks like this is up. We've got a pause.
Oh yeah, just mentally preparing.
State of the game. Both teams are around Dragon. Both top laners have teleport available. Obviously, Shen has his ultimate as well. So we could see just this game blown open with a 5v5. That's what I'd like to see. I don't know about you.
Yeah, no, certainly. I mean, it's all brimming up to it, isn't it, really? Both teams kind of dancing with each other, a bit of kind of tension in there, to just engage on each other, not quite hitting the abilities that they want to, and flashes being burnt. But yeah, I think it's all tying up to be really interesting. About 900 gold on the side of Eclipse. Yeah, just like you said, simply through turret plates, really. Have got a couple across the board, but LeBlanc has done pretty well to survive in lane. Got the 2 plates over one for Corki, but a bit behind on the CS compared to the ADCs. So certainly they're doing pretty well as well. So good to see kind of the junglers keeping up with the laners, because it can be easy to fall behind and feel a bit useless, especially when you're a Viego or Kane.
Yeah, especially in a game when it's this pace as well. Like a common mistake that I have seen is like if let's say Kane had tried to force way more, but not actually got it to happen, you end up like 30 CS down in the jungle, like behind in XP, behind in items, and it's pretty brutal. So they're neck and neck still. This is anyone's game.
Yeah, I know. It's a shame. I think Craig would be really brimming and excited to be seeing this one. We'd be getting the dinner chats out, that's for sure.
Oh, I've not made my dinner yet.
Oh,
Don't even know what I'm
really?
doing. Don't even know what I'm doing. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
no.
gonna. Yeah. Thursdays is always a late or early, but it's late today.
Yeah. Thirsty for Thursdays.
Oh dear. What?
Yeah. Do you know why? It's because we started at 7. Obviously, MLS usually starts at 8.
Yes.
So you've not had your tea time.
Well, actually,
brought you straight in the mix.
The meme used to be that I would be eating my food at literally 7:45. But that was before I was a teacher, so I finish work a lot earlier nowadays.
All right,
and
yeah.
have lunch a lot earlier, so I do eat earlier now.
Yeah.
But like all good memes, it has never died.
Still going, is it?
Yeah.
Very nice. Do any of the kids at your school get involved in league? Never kind of have the league chats at school with your class or anything? No.
No, not really. It's not popular with Zoomers, really.
Zoomers, Zoomers and boomers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's just basically like the age of the game, isn't it?
Yeah, true. It's more like Roblox, isn't it? They're into, but we've got to engage back into the real deal, the League of Legends. Yeah, was trying to
Janna disengage,
and Janna as well. The Tempest is interrupted in the end, and the first blood did actually go over to Eclipse. Eclipse, sorry. But we've got a return fight from PCE. The Jinx is just unharmed, unmarked. Got a bit of a freeze at the moment on my screen, but it looks like
pretty
cool freeze frame. Yeah, but we do continue the fight anyway. Viego does go down to Respite, does get 1 kill, but in the end, 4 members of Eclipse do eventually go down, and we've got 6 kills finally after 13 minutes.
And PC now looking to just turn this pressure onto this mid turret. It's down to 3 plates, so with the Jinx, they can probably chew through. Maybe not. Respawn time is very short.
Yeah. No, I think.
Oh, and I think they've got it. I think they got it. It's only up high. Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, it's going to be close, but they're going to push through and through because.
No, they're not going to risk it.
One more plate. It's just so tantalizing, isn't it?
I would have risked it. Look, Jinx passive, I'd have been like, it's fine, because the passive, I'll be able to run out.
Yeah, and this is why they're playing and we're not, because
probably
we'd both currently be returned back to the fountain through a death rather than recalling. But the Drake is still up as well. Pyke trying to do what he can, but doesn't really have too many members of the team. Kibo has transformed to that red cane, but he is going Gore Drinker this time, as opposed to the usual Dust Blade that I had mentioned before. Jaded getting some good engages, tried to go for a taunt as well on the Shen, but sadly not hitting anyone. Yeah, and the Ocean Drake is still alive as well, just off screen to your right there, getting pretty low, but the fight is going to continue. Freezy going to try and pick someone off as well, though Pyke ultimate does not land because Freezy's able to jump out the way, and Pyke is actually himself going to have to jump out the way as well. In the end, Sins is the one that gets the LeBlanc. Freezy just stayed a bit too long, but PCE did get their second Drake of the game.
Yeah, PCE got the Drake, ECS showing, this game's still very close. They can still win those fights if they have the chance.
Yeah, Eclipse are still just that edge in the front, but Lux is just doing so much damage on that Corki now, and Ray is going to have to be really careful just getting out with the skin of her teeth in the end. But going to have to be careful yourself as well. Luxor flashes away out to the Viego ultimate and is able to just stay alive there. But yeah, getting really close. You can just feel that tension now. Now the kills have come out on the board.
That's it. Kills come out on the board, but it's still super close. That second Rift Herald has spawned. We'll see if anyone sneaks that from under our noses, because we just don't get that information.
I'll leave you to keep an eye on that. Yeah.
Is that my job now? Stare at the minimap.
Yeah, just watch that pink little logo for us.
I'll just turn off directed camera. I'll just look at Rift Herald.
Yeah, true. Yeah, because it's not on stream actually. So yeah, you just watch that, and I'll let you know what else happens really. But yeah, that has certainly shaken things up. not too bad in terms of farm. That first turret is about to go down as well. Jade trying to get a hook onto Freezy as well. Has gone down, but is he basing in who? Shen ultimate has come out as well. Stand United gets the taunt onto the Corki. A matter of any time now, and a double kill in the end for Freezy. Really good turnaround, yeah. And in the lead now for PCE.
That's it. Freezy as well, if you look, he pure greeded. No boots. I've got enough gold for my Ludens for my mythic. Yeah. I'm getting my mythic.
Yeah, straight in there, exactly, and really does pay off with that damage. I think just made the difference, but gonna have to be able to jump away now as Kibo is on the hunt.
Oh, and we've got a Rift Herald being taken.
Yeah, gonna say, hope you're keeping your eye on that Rift Herald for us, Tom, because it is being taken now. And fortunately, direct camera is focused on us as well. Kane is gonna have to be careful. Really good little ambush there from Freezy, so I think that is gonna be able to kill. Yeah, Super Mega Death Rocket is coming in, just missing at the edge, and PCE, with their objective control this game, gonna take down that second Rift Herald as well. Of course, getting the first one, so
so we'll see where they got that, because the first one they put mid lane, and they got, you know, quite a few plates off, and the sorry, I just noticed in the chat, someone's put moment of silence for the HUD. So yeah, they finally fixed the bit at the top where you get to see how many turrets there are, but they've now changed it to show dragons, and so any stream overlays made before the most recent patch don't quite fit. The patch came out yesterday. It wasn't even in the patch notes, as far as I'm aware.
No,
you just have to know it's going to happen.
Yeah, I did notice that yesterday because I was basically hosting the stream.
Yeah, I tried to resize it and then went, hang on.
There's something different here.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
at least we get the turret counter back, and that does. It's not covered up by. It's only the dragon covered up by the graphic, which I would say is the least important because you do still get the.
Well, yeah, you can still see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, personally, if I was in charge of graphics, I would just cover it up.
Yeah, just
the dragon counter because you just don't need it.
Yeah, don't even have it. But you know, I mean, for turrets as well. Hopefully, you're teaching some good math at school, Tom, as well. You can just simply count on the map.
You can. It's
for those.
It's not the easiest thing to do, though.
No, this is true.
Because for some reason, like, if a champion stood near a turret, their logo, their icon is, you know, bigger than the turret. What's that about? Why has that got priority?
Well, you know, there's politics in League. You know, some people, clearly, some designers put
justice for turrets.
Hashtag turrets lives matter.
Turrets matter too. Yeah.
Yeah, turrets lives matter. But in the end, it's more League of Legends matters because we do have PCE with just about a 1k gold lead, and we can see obviously they do have the first turret and only turret taken of the entire game. You can kind of see that bot lane wave crashing into the turrets. It might actually take that down as well.
Yeah, we've got
with no response.
Dragon in 20 and the Rift Herald. You know, it's only about a third left on it. So Killer the Expert, he's going to have to make his mind up where he's dropping that.
Yeah, unfortunately, Gekno, our esteemed broadcaster, just realised this as well. Yeah. So, always good to note, but maybe sort for the next game we shall see if there's a solution.
Yeah, it's convenient because it doesn't block anything important. It just looks a bit.
Yeah.
It's just not alright.
It's good, but in terms of Drakes, we can see this Drake on the map, and that will be the first Drake at least for Eclipse, stopping that soul point being taken because it would be Hextech Soul. Which would be pretty overpowering for a Viego, for a Jinx as well.
Yeah, it's so strong.
Yeah, for a Tristana would be pretty useful as well, so I think it's going to be hotly contested, that's for sure, as the poke just carries on as well. Freezy flashing over, trying to kind of execute that kill as well. The package comes in as well, doing so much damage to Killer as well. He activates the ultimate to try and get a kill. Is he going to get the reset? No! The Kibo is going to be able to take down his opposing jungler in the end, and the fight continues as well. Shen has been knocked up, but he has got the rest of his team to back him up with those grenades, blocking Eclipse really nicely into that jungle. But they're going to keep pushing and pushing as well. Flash, very short distance there, onto the Jinx instead. He's going to focus his attention onto the Blanc. The Diana flashes away from the death from below, and in the end it is just that single kill coming out, and Freezy is going to have to walk away as well. Should be fine with that passive being able to avoid any more damage.
Yeah, and this comes back to sort of what we were discussing pre-game, where, as we saw, Eclipse, like, they went in, and they can't back out. Like they just have to keep going. But whereas PC sort of one of the strengths of the composition they've picked this game is that they can disengage. You know, the Janna ultimate, as we saw, kind of blew everyone away. She had to flash away to save herself. But they can avoid. They can put these fights off if they don't want to take them.
Yeah, exactly. You know, they really have got the say in the matter whether they can engage or not. They've got some good peel, but at the same time, they've got some good engage potential with that Shen, obviously being used offensively. But Rift Herald, yeah, has been
unfortunately wasted.
Yeah, really a shame there. But nonetheless, I think the rest of PCE are here to try and make something happen. Freezy doesn't have his flash, doesn't have his ignite, so he's just going to be able to try and defend his own turret. But yeah, anytime kind of two players from each team kind of come neck and neck, there's always some kind of, you know, engage. Neither team afraid of that.
Yeah. But Rift Herald being dropped there in that top lane as it was about to come off cooldown just reminds me of I played a solo queue game earlier today, and I had a jungle who, just forgot about it, and then dropped it in base, and it got a bit, right in the corner.
Yeah,
so
like near the fountain.
It got confused as to which lane to go into. And then it picked mid lane, and then it just slowly made its way.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It took so long to make it to the mid turret.
Wow. Well, we did just see the Stand United come out as well, very prematurely.
So that's not available for them if they have a fight now.
Yeah, exactly. Baron is being looked at. We do have Luxor in the bot lane, just pushing and pushing. And I think PCE
someone's
just
got
look
to
at
deal with that.
Yeah, and spread their resources. Currently, no one still responding. Yeah, the Shen is now recalling. And going to see to that.
Yeah, I mean, Shen, he's got the teleport. It's the only teleport available in the game right now. So if anyone's built to match it, it's him. Getting third turret of the game picked up. Third turret. You know what I'm trying to say? ECS have picked up their third turret of the game.
I know
what
you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like when I say the turret of PCE still trying to get their turret. No, like as in they're trying to take down the turret of Eclipse. There we go. Yeah, and it's like grammar. But yeah, I knew what you mean. Third turret taken down for Eclipse, which after the first turret going over to PCE. Is certainly a very welcome step in the other direction, and got the gold lead back. This has really been to and fro, and yeah, really could go anywhere. Do you see kind of each composition kind of breaking more in terms of champion picks, or is it still very much kind of balanced?
I still think we're neck and neck.
Yeah.
It just comes down to how these fights are going to play. Like, is Pyke going to get the pick that ECS need, or is Freezy, because if you look, he's been trying to get some flanks in these fights. If Freezy gets off a good flank, if he can assassinate that Tristana, or potentially the Corki, that can blow the game, blow the team fight wide open for PCE.
Yeah, just needs to get that one engage. It's certainly, I mean, there's not really too much kind of poke. It's either kind of engage or not at all, isn't it, really? You've got the Corki poke, but apart from that, like we're saying... there's
the pick!
Oh, there we go. Freezy finally getting down onto Jada. That's his third death of the game as well, and Hextech Dragon is up as well. Third Drake could be potential for PCE, and looks like Eclipse are just going to give this one over.
Yeah, once again, it all comes down to these dragons in this game. Oh, Kane, yeah. He goes in and goes, actually, do you know what? I'm alright. But yeah, when you're Pyke trying to get the pick like this, playing it into that LeBlanc, it's risky. Because as we just saw, Pyke's on the flank trying to get his own pick, and LeBlanc goes, hey, there's a lone Pyke over there. I can one-shot this.
Yeah.
And then one-shots this.
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of thing as jaded as a Pyke as well, that you kind of need to have that kind of confidence to, avoid damage and go in, but...
You need the vision control as well.
Well, yeah, exactly.
That's it. He was there's a ward near the pixel brush for PCE, so they knew exactly where Pyke was.
Yeah. So, yeah, because of course, with that kind of that passive linking his AD and his max health, that he's not able to gain any of that bonus health. So you know, does just have about 1200 health there, which for LeBlanc is primed and ready to take down in an instant.
Yeah, it's a chump change.
Yeah.
For a 2-item LeBlanc.
Yeah. With that Void Staff as well,
Yeah,
which is interesting as an early pick. But Luxor doing his own bit of ambushing as well. Freezy gonna have to jump away there, and very spread out across this map. Killer looking for the Renekton to focus in, try and get that top lane turret, and gonna get some really good damage as well. Just very simple. Respire flashes away just in the nick of time. Killer trying to go as soon as he can, but of course, yeah, they're gonna dive and try and Q as well. But sadly, not gonna secure that kill. Jenkins did have that flash on him as well. You think, you know, out of the two champions, that would kind of be the flash you'd burn there. But Respire is able to get a bit of respite, as it were.
Ayo. So,
thanks, man.
For how close this game is, if you look at the situation like on the map, like look how far into PCS's jungle, PC. Oh, too many acronyms. Eclipse have got wards really far up. They're pushing the front line of this map. Ooh, Freezy's caught with a hook. Despite the teleport.
Oh my goodness, right under the turret as well. He's just going to simply dash out of there, sliced and diced. Kibo's going to have to be really careful. Oh, that orb as well onto the Blanc, doing so much damage now.
They're going to use the Hex Gate. Are they brave enough?
No, they're just going to do the simple scenic route and try and just engage as normal as they can. Jaded going to have to try and get out of there. Jenkins is so strong now, leading the front line. Janna in the back did get a lot of poke though, and no real kind of
it's so hard to disengage if you're
and just keep going as well. They just can't get away. The super mega death rocket gets 2 kills in the end, taking down Respire and the mid laner Luxor. He's 0-4 this game now, not being able to get a kill yet, and Freezy is just living the dream here, trying to just get engaged here and there and able to disengage as he pleases. And yeah, PCE 10 kills to 4 now, really looking pretty strong with only an 800 gold lead though.
Yeah, they've got a lot of momentum in this game. They're going to get another turret. This is what they need to turn their attention to now, is starting to pick up some more turrets, bring the fight in, you know, out of their own base, I guess. Or maybe they don't. Maybe they just let the same thing happen over and over again. Because if it works once, do it again. Why not?
Yeah, you know, if it ain't broken, don't fix it. But doing some good damage onto this inner turret, that Jinx will be able to take it down now, and you can really feel PCE's comp coming through. Like you said, Eclipse just really difficult to disengage. Once they jumped in, they're just simply, you know.
I mean, look, they went from PCE's inner to their own outer, like that.
Yeah.
They couldn't disengage in that distance. They were literally just fighting the whole way.
Yeah, the only real disengage they've got is the Tristana, isn't it? Really, with the ultimate, which, you know, trying to execute that does actually can knock away multiple enemies. But you know, if she doesn't have that, then like you said, Pike can get away. They have got a lot of dashes at least, but of course, like you said, with that Janna movement speed, buffing all her allies is huge now as well with that change. But I think she's going to be a dead Janna this time. Even the shield having no match for the Pike ultimate damage.
It's a big shield as well. Also didn't click, but Shirelia's picked up for Janna as well to really help control the pace of these fights.
Yeah, and even the Oblivion Orb as well. There is a bit of healing on the Pike, not the Pike, sorry, the Kayn and the Renekton. So taking that on as her duty to do that. But LeBlanc herself getting in for that one shot as well. Is Jada going down one more tick? And yes, surely Freezy does get that kill in the end. Really nice little pick here. And
I think Freezy must be living in Jada's head like completely rent-free right now. Like,
yeah, doing so well. I mean, two players on the side of Eclipse are both with 4 deaths, and you can be sure that is down to some, not all, obviously, the kills for LeBlanc, but at least Eclipse are getting this Drake as well. Second Drake now, denying that soul point as well. Now Yankins is by himself as well. He has got the Monsoon to heal him up. He's going to survive as well. Kibo gets exhausted. He's going to be reduced on damage. Since gets the kill onto Viego. Crucially, Freezy is in the back line. He's going to take down all members.
Oh, look at these health bars.
Eclipse as well, and they are so low. Kibo just dashing away out of the Mega Death Rocket, but minions are going to do the work for Anre. He doesn't need any support. And Jinx Balance himself is going to get his own kill as well. In the end, 4 members of Eclipse do go down. Jaded is there just to lick his own wounds.
That's it. I mean, we have now seen PCE's game plan happen over and over again. They get one pick, they force a fight 5v4. And they're just going to keep doing it. I think, yeah, Jaded having a rough time. Anytime he tries to go for a flank, he's getting picked off. He's just so squishy against this LeBlanc. Luxor, yeah, not having the best time. I think maybe they need to try and, just play around letting this Corki soften them up a little bit first. Obviously, I predicted that he was going to go shield bow. He didn't. He's gone for the AP, the Ludens instead. But I'd like to be seen that iron build being used to do more poke.
Yeah. Yeah, not quite, execute the champion to its full potential. I mean, over walls and, it's the combination of all the abilities now. I mean, at this stage, level 14 with that first strike rune now in this season that can really dish a whole load of damage. But yeah, at the moment, not really needed, kind of.
Yeah, PC have just left their kind of mid lane unattended. Eclipse are going to rush down this turret, but they are getting collapsed on.
Yeah, they have got 2 members behind as well, but Respire as well doing his own bit in the bot lane. They're just going to simply go and join their teammate in the bot lane.
This turret's like one hit from death as well, so
yeah,
there we go.
Bit of a free turret there, bit of bad macro play management from PCE there, but certainly the next dragon is going to be key for them, I think.
Yeah, so they're on that soul point still, so they want to be able to get that, because that will really help them team fight. And maybe feel more confident in a 5v5 rather than trying to get these picks.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they got to do something about this LeBlanc. Like, Freezy is just going where he wants, killing who he wants. Killing who he wants unless they're recalling. Just missed out on that one. Oh, straight for the Baron, trying to rush this one down.
Yeah,
it looks like Eclipse no. No.
Yeah, no, I don't think they do.
No, they don't know.
I think they're just curious. They're just going to go and check it just for checking the sake. But going to go down, really.
Yeah, they're just Baron curious.
Yeah, Baron curious, yeah. Who knows what kind of Baron you're into. But certainly PCE, yeah, really good take there. Both teams kind of not really focusing on the objectives that matter. That in a mid lane turret taking down easily.
Yeah, PCE, they had like a bit of a macro misplay where they let Eclipse get 2 turrets just uncontested. And then Eclipse back off, and PCE wake up and go, hang on, macro, let's look. Baron, free, do it.
Yeah.
And yeah, well, there we go. So straight off the back of a bit of a kind of misplay macro-wise, they just come straight back in with a really good read of the map. And,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, well played. That's the kind of thing that you got to do is just identify those kind of pockets where the other team lose their attention and then just capitalize on it. And
identify these opportunities and take them.
Yeah, and that's what PCE have done really. They've not really had to kind of create team fights or engages themselves. They've really just reacted, haven't they? To
they've not had to force things.
Yeah.
But so they've got the Baron buff now. I think we should see them hopefully PCE. If they push these lanes up, they'll have a much easier time of this dragon. If Eclipse can stop that happening and keep the waves relatively, close to the middle of the map, close to the river, they'll be able to contest this dragon a lot easier. So, because 20 seconds, it's soul point, it's Hextech soul, it's so crucial, and yeah. PCE choosing not to put this Baron in lanes, and they're just hyper focused on this dragon. We'll see if that pays off.
Yeah, it could be really interesting.
Jaded picked
so much damage as well. Just doesn't realise actually you are a pike. You are pretty squishy, and Kibo trying to survive as well. Actually trying to help his team disengage, but you've got a fast, speedy Jinx, a double kill now as well. There we go. Tristana does come out. The zap does not quite connect in the end, and 2 members taken down, and this will be, like you said, the Hextech soul for PCE on that Jinx now.
I think they are now comfortable forcing the 5v5. They're thinking they've played safe, they've gone for just a pick, and now they're like, no, we can pretty much just barrel down and force fights when we want to. Ooh.
Yeah, but they might be caught out as well. The package comes out and a shutdown. First kill of the game for Luxor.
A
Just when we
huge
thought,
bounty as well.
yeah, 1,000 gold there. That is going to go in the back pocket of Luxor, and that is really going to come in handy there. And suddenly, no Baron buff for the Jinx as well. So suddenly, just a bit of second thoughts to think about for PTE. A lot of thinking.
Yeah, Corky's build going for these like on hit items. He's got the Tiamat now as well, so that's quite good wave clear.
Yeah, and pushing in this turret really well now. No Jinx to pressure them away, but of course you did see that proc there from the Hextech Soul. So much, you know, effectiveness with the slow as well. So going for the engage as well. Freezy is godlike, just can literally hop and skip and round the map. The Jinx may not be there, but you do have a Fed LeBlanc. Almost just gets the Pike there as well. In the end, we turn our focus. The Viego takes down the Renex, and of course, does have the resets now. Flashes with the stun onto Kibo. He misses the spin, but we do have the Viego reset as well. He's going to try and survive as much as he can. Just trying to get out safely. Knocks up 3 members, but he's going to go down very, very soon. You have got a tanky Shen there, and you are going to go down to the Viego. BCE don't even need their ADC.
No, don't need it. ADC, never heard of them. And this, I mean, we've got, look at these death timers, like 10 seconds on Tristana, 25 seconds on the next closest. Like, do you think they're going to go for the next turrets?
Well, I mean, they were pretty safe with that outer turret with the plates, and yeah, I think going to follow suit. They've been very safe and
yeah, they keep up this
take what they
conservative
can.
play style.
Yeah.
Because again, personally, I'd have just been forced into end and probably thrown the game, but you know.
Yeah.
So we've got 1 minute 30 till the next Baron. With this mid lane open now for Eclipse, it's so much harder to contest. Watchful Wardstone picked up by Janna. See, I see that. I love that item. It's just nice.
Yeah. Yeah, just really useful at this stage. Just got to concentrate on keeping her team in the fights. But Jaded is going exploring, and unfortunately is going to head straight back to the fountain. 9th kill of the game for Freezy. Just so strong and just a bit careless, really.
Yeah, you can't keep getting caught out like this. It's just... yeah. I don't have any deep insight for that. It's just...
that was it, yeah.
That's it, you just can't.
That's it. Just don't do that. That's it. Just don't do it.
Dying is bad, okay?
Yeah.
You know, death timers, we're nearly 40 minutes in. This game's...
Oh my goodness me, yeah. Freezy with the ult, with the Ethel chains, doing so much damage. ADC following suit. This is just, I think, a matter of when, not if now.
Jinx damage output is just brutal.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just been a really solid performance now. You know, this has really escalated. It took 13 minutes, didn't it, to get those first kills on the game, and PCE are just having fun in League of Legends Adventureland, really. Double kill
Freezy goes where he
for
wants.
Freezy as well. Yeah, he has turned into the Mundo alternative, and they're just going to simply focus till the Nexus turrets, and that will be game 1 for Prime Cosmic Eagles. Yeah, really first measured game, but measured start to the game, but it's a bit of a blowout in the end.
That's it. It was a long game, but genuinely, you know, PC were in the driver's seat for most of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Despite the slow pace.
Yeah, weird, wasn't it? It was almost like a kind of sharp exponential curve, wasn't it? Kind of just going straight along and then just like hit the roof, really. But yeah, really well played. I mean, flawless performance. You know, no deaths for the Shen. Just 1 for ADC and mid laner, considering the kind of engaging champions they're against as well. You know, really clean performance there. So yeah, first game done in that best of 3, and yeah, plenty more to go there. We'll chat about kind of next plans for the teams to probably come back or win this series. So yeah, we'll be back in a couple of minutes.
See you then.
Yeah, just jump back into off air.
Cool.
Hello, yo, everyone. I'm never going to do that intro again. Thanks for tuning in and sticking around, guys. We've got game 2 of this tasty best of 3 series. Prime Cosmic Eagles actually blasting the doors open of Eclipse Solar's base and taking them down pretty insanely. So well done. Kudos to those who did bet their lovely Twitch chips on Prize Cosmic Eagle, 5k
It
winning.
was a little bit lopsided though, wasn't it? So
Yeah, just a
it
bit.
was,
Well,
yeah.
I mean, the game was lopsided in the end, wasn't it? So,
Oh, true.
yeah, but yeah. How do you think? Firstly, Eclipse kind of go back to the drawing board and re-strategize
I
here.
mean, I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think Eclipse need to look at their composition a little bit. I don't think the core key worked.
Yep.
Like, yeah, because they kind of drafted like an engage comp, but also with a core key. So I think they're gonna look to maybe get like a more cohesive kind of team composition. Taking
Yeah.
that LeBlanc away, that's nice adaptation because Freezy looked so unbelievably comfortable on that. Yeah, they would have been happy to leave that on the table second time.
Yeah. I know it really just didn't quite pull through. I think. Yeah, it just might have been a case of Luxor not really using the champion to the full extent as well, like you were mentioning in that game. But we do see the Shen and the LeBlanc both, taken out of that game. And again, Blitzcrank turns out, repeat from last game. Still don't want to face those champs.
Yeah, just yeah, keep those off the table. I think if you're if they're with how decisive that win was, PC don't feel like they need to adapt just yet. They can kind of stick with kind of the picks that bands that they were going for. Well, not the picks obviously because they get banned away, but you know what I mean. They probably don't feel like they need to take that Corky away, take that Reddington away, take that Trist away. They probably sort of leave them up quite comfortably as long as they've got another idea. Viego picked away.
Yeah. Thought they'd Eclipse, you know what? They did a decent job. We're going to do an even better job this time. Yeah, because the Kane, didn't quite have that impact, did it, really? No real kind of exciting team fight there. But the Jinx, of course, did have a very exciting game last game and it's going to be repeated with
Yeah, I mean, up
armor
until the
potentially
last
taken.
5 minutes of that game, Jinx hadn't died. She was like 6-0-6 or something. So Valencia had a great game on Jinx, and they'll get that pick again. A second lock in going for a Karma, which it's a flexible champion.
Yeah, certainly could pop up in the mid lane, but likely to be support, I suppose. A pretty good synergy with a Jinx as well with that movement speed.
Yeah, Jinx Karma is quite a tough lane to play against. A lot of kill pressure.
Yeah, and responded with the Misfortune, which is a pretty good response actually to a Jinx. I do like Misfortune, and ever since she's been quite a mainstream ADC, I mean certainly
Now,
with that Leona.
as a bot lane goes, this is much easier to execute than their previous draft. I'm already much preferring this Eclipse draft. MF Leona is it's an absolute stone cold classic bot lane. One of you press R, other one press R. It's a lot easier to pull off than the Pike Trist.
Yeah. There was kind of a weird partnership, wasn't it, really, in the bot lane? Never really quite managed to get off the ground. Pike did come in with some good ultimate kills, but did ultimately get just used as cannon fodder, really, for the mid lane on the side of PCE. So, but
yeah, and it's a lot better engaged as well because Eclipse, they were lacking Renekton, Pike can engage, not on the level that Leona can engage. So
yeah,
they're probably looking to. I mean, we all saw how tough a time they had starting these fights or getting these fights to stick. So I can 100% see the adaptation here from Eclipse coming into the second game, and I'm all for it.
yeah. It's really nice start to it for sure. With this combo, the Kindred does kind of put a bit of spanner work in that kind of team fight wombo combo, as it were. So yeah, it will be interesting to see how that plays out. But we have just finished the second ban phase with the Ari and Gragas taken up, and then the Gwen and the Syndra as well, which Fluxer is has been seen to play well on that Syndra. So, but a Syndra against a Kindred kind of Karma ultimate combo, sorry, wouldn't really be that effective, I think.
No.
But there you go. So, so there's a Camille hovered here. Where are you kind of looking at, the rest of the champions to come in here? You've got your bot
it's
lane.
solo lanes for both, isn't it? So
Yeah, so you've just got the mid lane potentially being taken with Irelia as well, which just makes it a full AD team. So hopefully they don't go with that. Yeah, Vex being looked at. But if you're PCE, for instance, you got this last slot, where you looking for your top lane? Maybe it's a Tom top, who knows? But what kind of rounds up that composition, do you think?
They've got a good hyper carry. They've got, I don't know, potentially something that can engage its own reliably. Something with a little bit of CC at range rather than relying on melee. Yeah, there we go, Lissandra. So a mid laner that can engage of her own accord. She's got that that nice mobility from that. She's got the ultimate, which obviously can be used offensively or defensively. So yeah, it's not what I would have picked, but it's filling the gap exactly that I thought.
Yeah,
wanted,
exactly. So. Yeah, fit ticks all the boxes. And if we turn our attention to that pro comps again, that we did in the first game, we do see that Eclipse do start off pretty strong. With that Misfortune Leona in the bot lane, but do tail off quite rapidly compared to PCE, who with that Jinx, with that Kindred, are going to look pretty strong late game, probably, aren't they?
Yeah, that's it. We've got, compared to the last, if you looked at the scaling graph from game one compared to this, there is a much bigger disparity. This time, Eclipse have got, that stronger early game, but if they don't secure an early lead, they will start to fall off pretty hard against this Jinx, especially.
Yeah, certainly don't want to let that snowballing happen, because like we said, they did get to kind of 15 minutes without too much action happening, and they did actually get a lead back at about probably 20, 25 minutes, didn't they? Only about 1k, and then just got a bit caught out a few times, really, and then all of a sudden, they were just being aced, really. So
yeah.
It
was even up until it wasn't.
Yeah,
basically.
Exactly. Yeah, they were doing well until they went.
But I think it's going to be easier for them to force early game engages with the, especially with this bot lane, with the Vex Fear as well. Camille can force duels in that top lane, so yeah, I think they're going to have an easier time pulling off their composition in this game too.
Yeah. Seems certainly more straightforward this time, and less peel. Well, I say less peel. We've got the Tom top with a Karma as a changing from the Shen and the Janna. So I mean, very kind of similar style champions in that they can protect that Jinx, because did very well. But Freezy, going on a more kind of control mage instead of that just burst assassin mage. So yeah, kind of utilizing his being utility more than straight up kill, really.
Yeah, that's it. And they're probably looking, Freezy had a great game, but so did Valance, and they're probably going, this time, they're probably going to want to funnel as many resources as they can into this Jinx to get to that sort of mid-game power spike and move towards the end game. Just like, hyper carry, AD carry, wet dream that Jinx can be.
Yeah, that's one way of putting it, for sure. Yep, you heard it here first, folks.
That's it. No, look, when you look, especially in a meta like this, when you're playing Marks, when you're playing AD carrying that bot lane, like you do feel like the punching bag because you're so weak early. But if you get to that late game fantasy of just, I one shot everyone, all I do now is right click and no one can beat me. It feels good. It feels good.
Yeah, when you're just running away with it and that passive is just kicking in. It's
That's it. When you get
a lot of fun.
excited and it kicks in again before you get the next kill before the first one's already even worn off. That's what everyone wants when they play Jinx. But you don't always get it.
No.
Sometimes you just feed. That's
Yeah, sometimes you just die
if you're in lane
constantly.
with me, you just feed.
Yeah, well, interestingly, the prediction this time, Eclipse Solar is hugely in favor. We have only had 3 people predict, but still, someone's put a lot of chips onto Eclipse. So, yeah, feeling hopeful for a best of 3 series. We hope not, going on into the lengths of the night maybe, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
going to be windy tomorrow, so strap
If we go
yourself in.
to if we go to 3 games, preferably slightly shorter than game 1, but beggars can't be choosers. We'll
No, that's
see
why we're
how
here.
this goes. But I mean, saying that, I think if this is if this goes to 40 minutes like game 1 did, then we probably won't get 3 games.
No, yeah,
No.
if they can carry on, who knows? Okay, syncing up. Soon.
Yeah, well, we've got a pause before the 10-second mark.
Oh, okay.
Mine's paused at 2 seconds, so we'll start the game as soon as we can.
Yeah, in due time, due course. That's the one. Just
Come
talking
on,
to
game.
yourself. You can do it. Who's at fault now?
Yeah, who can we blame? I can't blame anyone. Oh, top DC'd. Yes, it was Respire again. He was having he had some issues in that first game, which is why we had that pause midway through. So
Yeah, that potato not powering like it used to.
hamster got hungry again.
Yeah.
Do you remember when you used to see exactly which player on the load screen was making the load time last ages?
Yeah, and then they got absolutely
Sometimes.
hounded when it went
Yeah.
into the game. Like, oh, come on, waiting for you. And now, yeah, taking that away, you just have to guess.
Yeah. Oh, so yeah, we're on pause now, so we'll be able to sync up and get the cast started properly. Oh, mine just says play will resume in 0 and it's stuck there. Fantastic.
Yeah, it does get stuck at 0 sometimes.
I rewound back to 1 minute and let it play back forward, and it starts the 5-second again. Oh, I'm in. Right, so I'll stop at 10. It's easier to just wait and pause. Right, I'm ready on 10.
Oh. Yep. I know, normally you wait for me, aren't you? Okay, I think... Yeah, all good to go. Awesome. We are back with a bang, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone is slowly coming onto the rift. Sorry for that bit of technical delay.
Small
Always
technical
happens.
issues, yeah.
Yeah, small technical issue for a small independent company.
That's it, but I mean, we get the pauses out of the way early, so hopefully we don't get any in game.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Hopefully. We like to hope here. But yeah, we're all on the rift and all teams lining up pretty standard checks in their own jungle, and Kibo just kind of flexing a bit in the mid lane, both junglers.
I like that the junglers are
off.
the ones in the mid lane.
Yeah. Staring off to each other.
Like their mid laners are covering their respective jungles for them, and the junglers are like, I'm just gonna chill mid.
Yep. Just to show off, just to try and stare down your enemy. But yeah, good little vision here, starting off from PCE this time. Of course, PCE on red side again, and did manage to win that game, because usually, we do say that blue side is kind of the stronger side, don't we? In terms of that Drake control.
Yeah, traditionally for the Drake spawn early, whereas obviously red side gives you the advantage of the last pick. which might be what PCS were drawn to. PCE.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, clearly went with that pick still, and gonna have to prove all the facts wrong again. As both junglers starting opposite again. Of course, Killer was on that Viego, did start in the top side, and following suit again this game as well on the Kindred. But yeah, I mean, where do you see the most action happening? Of course, this top lane won't be too intense, but I think, yeah, we're probably going to be focusing on the bot lane again, aren't we?
Yeah, I think it's going to be bot side heavy map. I mean, both teams in that first game were really, really focused around the dragon, and so that might be their playstyle that they both just want to go for. Especially if you're PCE and you want to stall the game out, just sitting back and sort of trying to stack dragons is
yeah,
kind of the preferable way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, so you think PCE are just gonna kind of copy from last game and just build up their kind of damages, and then pull the trigger as
Let Jinx get items, scale up, but obviously they've not got the disengage. Level 3 gank coming in.
Yeah, a bit earlier this time as well. Of course, Lissandra does have that claw to disengage.
Managed to throw it out before she was feared.
Yeah, there was a flash from the Vex as well burned there. So hopefully Killer can try and follow up on that. But Luxor really trying to dominate this lane.
Yeah, so that's it's a nice change from the last game. We didn't have a lot of jungle. Both junglers were just kind of farming early. So it's nice to see Kibo try and force things, make things happen across this map.
Yeah, and the engage going straight in as well. This mid lane, they were at it last game, but Freezy did probably fire more Ethereal Chains last game than I've ever seen. That did also miss, but not gonna miss the root, of course, this time. Pretty easy ability to hit. Luxor does have that fear though, does pop as well. The claw just getting out in the nick of time. I think it's gonna be okay because there is only a cleanse on the Vex as well, but they just keep going. They don't want to stop this.
Doesn't stop.
Both players clearly think they can get the one over the other.
I didn't truly appreciate the Lissandra pick into the Vex actually, but watching it now, because of the cast time on Vex's abilities, Freezy can always throw that claw out, and as long as doesn't die during the CC, the claw's still there, teleport away. So it's a really nice pick.
Yeah. Just in time, but Kibo uses the flash. The flash Viego last game did not quite work, but does get that first blood. Valiant and his jungler trying to copy in the bot lane as well, trying to get a kill there, but sadly don't quite have the same success. Jaded going for that engage as well. I think there was a bit of a recall bait there in the good old books of League of Legends.
Classic.
But yeah, Eclipse may have lost the last game, but they got the first blood this one.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Eclipse. This is how they need to be playing. This is how, we should have been playing last game. So it's really good to see that them picking up the pace here and just trying to take control of this game early. Yeah.
I think that's what they've got to do, really, with the Misfortune Leona. That power before the Jinx does get stronger before the Karma, has a lot more power in her bank to protect her ADC. I think
the level 6 power spike in this bot lane is
yeah. That's you're going to see flames coming off the mini map there. That's what's going to happen. But Freezy very deep in the jungle, trying to take down that Kindred passive, of course.
Collect those stacks.
Yeah, exactly, and does so easily. Hextech Dragon is the first one up, so won't be getting that soul this time around. Yeah. Which is probably nice to see. Bit of change there. But this mid lane really going at it as well. Sorry,
didn't stop. But yeah, Killer to secure his Kindred strike, he had to smite the Raptors. So which meant that if you look at the chat, he pinged that so I think PCE knew that the dragon was going, but they also knew they couldn't stop it.
Yeah.
So it was pretty smart to just not try and contest it.
Yeah, exactly. Not go for it all. It's usually better just to kind of get what you can rather than kind of coin flip for an objective and then come out with nothing.
If you've not got a spy, it's not all.
Yeah, going in as well. No fear, of course, on Freezy. Was really close there, trying to just get that kill, and really with his back against the wall this time, this game, after that free-flowing LeBlanc game last
That's
time.
it, yeah. It's really a huge contrast to that last game where Freezy, was able to do what he wanted, go where he wanted, and now he can barely leave his own turret.
Yeah. I know, gonna have to just get a piece of his own medicine this time. But good to see both junglers very active this game and really trying to make a difference. Clearly, Kibo is bitter about that last game. Not really quite having that impact on the Kayn, and has got this first blood, got those 2 long swords and a Sheen as well to go with it. Looks like the Divine Thunder are coming in.
That's it, and what's nice to see as well is he's not particularly, even though he's managed to force things, he's not down in CS. He's managing to keep up. So, yeah, that is just a net win for Kibo on this Viego.
Yeah. Indeed. But Kindred at least is keeping up with the farm as well, taking the enemy jungle and those stacks as well with that pickaxe. So I'm sure hit level 6 as well, and will be looking to make the most of that. Luxor just constantly firing out that damage. Could be pushing out damage, I guess. But yeah, we do see that stack for the Kindred is the same. The Raptors on the enemy side.
Do you want to say Wraiths as well? Because that's what I keep wanting to do.
I say chickens, really.
I mean, Wraiths was like season 3.
Good old days. Those little
9 years ago. Oh my god.
Those little ghouls with
with
their cloaks. Yeah, they were fun in games. But those chickens are brutal, man. Like, I mean, they're hard to kill sometimes. I mean, if you're not the right jungler, I've been a Trundle and I just get absolutely rinsed, or a Kha'Zix.
Yeah, if you've not got nice AoE damage,
yeah. Fortunately, we do see that the Rift Herald did try and get stolen from Kiva, but sadly doesn't quite get it. So crucially, PCE didn't actually get any Rift Heralds last game. So no, sorry, that was Eclipse that didn't get any of them. So again,
PCE just maintaining the Rift Herald kind of control. But
exactly,
if you remember that first one, they didn't get a lot off it. No, sorry, the first one they took early place. Second one timed out.
Yeah. And yeah, Kivo was just kind of late to the party there, really, which feels really hard done by, considering his top laner is probably the one in control as well. So maybe a bit of more communication there probably would have been a bit useful. But we do have that engage as well. The solar flare followed by the bullet time, but not going to be able to get the kill. But straight away, Anray so close to going down. The flash as well. The Super Mega Death Rocket is going to get the kill for Villance. Is he going to get the double kill in return? Yes, Jaden has no mana, has nowhere to go. And Villance, you're going to get yourself a double kill. Really good turnaround. And 2-0 for the Jinx.
Yeah, it's so unfortunate when Leona took the Zenith Blade. Taking that turret hit really kind of sealed their fate there. So
yeah,
unfortunate.
Yeah, it looked like they really had the upper hand here, and all of a sudden now the Jinx is exactly where they don't want them to be. Do have that Rift Herald with the Kindred, and can't quite get in plates at least, but yeah, going to be probably a big focus and a lot of effort for Killer to try and work his magic down in the bot lane now.
To be honest, I think Killer is going to do exactly what he did last game with the Rift Herald and go, well, Dragon's up in 50 seconds, so I'm going to drop it and then we do drag, and then either they deal with the Herald and we get Drake, or they don't deal with Herald and we just get free turret damage.
Yeah, and getting free damage onto Respire as well. Gets eaten by the Tahm Kench, taken away from her turret. She's not going to go anywhere. Really well played, good coordination. And the kill does go over to Jenkins in the top lane.
We're going to get the Herald drop top. We don't have the wave yet. We are going to get it drop top.
Yeah, wave.
I still forget Tahm Kench is so mobile nowadays.
Yeah, of course his ultimate being moved to his E as well. They're going to get a couple of plays used quite early here instead of kind of goes around because
it would have been nice to bring the wave before Rift Herald game, but they still get 3 plays, maybe even the whole turret, to be honest, because no one's able to answer this. Respire is running top, but I mean, it's exactly that, running top.
Yeah, literally. I mean, with his clawed legs, but yeah, I think they're not going to quite get the entire turret, but Killer clearly desperate to try and get that, but will walk away in the end. But
maybe a little bit of miscommunication there as Killer was kind of trying to commit, and Jenkins was like, no, I'm out.
Yeah, and but at least Eclipse do respond with that second Drake 2 up instead. Solar Flare doesn't quite get a stun, does get a slow though. onto the Jinx. She's stunned now by the Viego, taken down, crucially. Shutdown goes onto the Misfortune. Leona picks up the kill in a bit of supportal combat. And yeah, really nice turnaround there. Good catch out from the Leona.
Yeah, and that's what I was saying earlier about how much easier this composition is for Eclipse to execute. Like this time they got right. We want to dive bot lane, and they can.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. They had really no qualms about that, and you can see this bot lane duo really working charms here, and just not afraid to really engage on anyone. Not quite the same as the Pyke and Tristana, who were a bit maybe hesitant last time. Yeah. But there you go.
That's a little cheeky, a little bit of a gold lead now for Eclipse. You know, they're 2,000 ahead. Got Roccet will be spawning in a couple of minutes, so maybe they can try and get that first one of the series with this gank top.
They're gonna have the top priority probably in a minute though. Camilla, fucking, oh my god, Camille. I'm just gonna reset, but yeah, it does get the kill under the turret. Yeah, really good response. Of course, that Tahm Kench ultimate doing so much more damage now, and yeah, was just a bit complacent there. I think they were just quite assured of the kill, but Roccet not really doing the most amount of damage onto the Tahm Kench. Really tanky champion, of course, and yeah, just gets a pretty much simple kill, second kill of the game. But we do have a DC from the jungler, so we're going to have a bit of a pause and maybe a bit of time of reflection, I guess. You know, we've got the 1k gold lead on the side of Eclipse. They're in a good position. They've got 2 Drakes. You know, this is almost kind of their game to lose. And
they've got the momentum right now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you know, if they can get first turret, that's what they probably want to turn their sights to now. Maybe get that first turret, or just get straight up like a Rift Herald, because that will be spawning in 1 minute. So we'll see if they go to sort of force the vision around that area of the map.
Yeah.
If you're Eclipse, you have to know that PC, they're going to want the second Herald. They've got every Herald so far this series, so it's not a secret.
No. Yeah, hopefully can try and, from a mutual point of view, nice to get always 3 games out of these series. But of course, if you're a member of PCE, you just want to win this game flat out and not have that pressure of trying to win the 3rd game. But yeah, a bit of a kind of more of a late bloomer on the side of PCE. You know, they've got the Kindred, you know, trying to stack up. The Sandra obviously will be dealing a lot more damage and have a lot more impact in those team fights. But I think, I mean, the potential with the Vex and the Misfortune is just so strong. Of course, Yankins has got his jungler to help him this time as well. Respire, I think you're going to be gone again. Tries to run to his jungler as well. Does manage to just jump out of the way. So much
left on his own.
On Respire as well. Killer is on his own. Activates the ultimate to just try and maybe delay the inevitable. Has got his top laner to come back as well, and does get the reset onto the Viego now. Yankins just does so much damage. Takes down the Viego despite the reset, and is going to hunt down his enemy top laner. Respire does a good little side dance to avoid the tongue. It'll walk out. Both junglers going down in the end.
Yeah, that Kindred ultimate there was so clutch, because it meant that the fight lasted long enough that Tahm Kench could actually just turn around and come back into that fight.
Yeah,
and it wasn't quite a 2v1
really well played in the end. Yeah, but we've got a 3v3 here now in the bot lane as well. Freezy has been caught out, exhausted. He's going to go down to that bullet time. Sin's doing really well on this Misfortune. The flash away from the Karma, and Villains is under his turret. He's got about half health, but he knows he's been in the PTSD from last time. He's got no mana. He's going to flash. He's going to run away. Slows down Sins as well. Just
so
not enough as well. And Eclipse probably showing PC a bit of piece of their own medicine when they couldn't disengage last time. Gets the fear on the Kindred and should be able to just walk away. Good engage and another kill for Eclipse.
Yeah, and they're going to get this first turret as well.
We're not going to stop as well. Yeah, they do get the turret. No ultimate, of course, on the side of Kindred. She's just going to try and take a kill, but just not enough damage. Did have the Noon Quiver, but unfortunately now does have a second death instead.
No
a kill going over to the Vex. Yeah. And yeah, you can kind of see you know, the pattern here as well. Luxor is an enjoyable player to watch. You know, one game maybe not quite, you know, maybe he picks a champion that's more kind of for composition than his own preference. But I think you can see he's just feels a lot more confident on the Vex. And
yeah,
you know, 3-0, doing really well compared to Freezy, who isn't quite replicating the same performance.
Yeah, definitely Freezy, Freezy on LeBlanc, Freezy on Lysandra, two very different things. We had the Rift Herald taken by Eclipse. Yeah, they did get it. Oh, they might be able to stop it losing the damage. Yeah, that's
Yeah, they
really
do.
nice. So
Yeah.
now they can get a full
Very
charge
nice.
onto this turret, potentially. Even though all the members of there are going to...
Yeah, trying to get it, but
taking the
Luxor, I think you're going to have to leave your Rift Herald buddy, because I think he was just too attached to it in the end and gives his life for it. Shut down, crucially, goes over to Killer. First kill of the game for him as well. Dragon is up as well. So it's going to be a 4v5. Gets the root onto Tom Kent. I don't know if that's quite the target you get, but if you can get him down, a really good solo player from the Leona as well. And Misfortune follows up with the bullet time, gets the double kill. And Eclipse really doing well. Of course, PCE have managed to return with some kills as well. The Vex did go down, and also Kibo is down as well. So no junglers for either side. They're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way.
Yeah,
on the side of the
flip.
But yeah, I don't really think there's too much challenge from them, at least. It's just going to take a bit longer. But crucially, though, this is the third dragon for them, and on to Soul Point for Infernal Dragon.
They can really force things around the map now. Objective bounties have come up for PCE now. They want to try and scale. They want to try and scale, so if they can slow this game down, get a couple of objectives for themselves. But there's not a lot on the map, and there's outer turret bounties.
Yeah.
You're only getting 250, so it's not huge, but it's something.
Yeah, it's something, and that's kind of, the little advantages are certainly more effective in this day and age of League of Legends, that, you just trickle your lead edge by edge, 3K, 4K lead now for Eclipse, looking really nice across the board. I think it's been that bot lane, really, that's kind of been the turning point compared to the last game, do you think?
Yeah, definitely. Respire having not as good a game as he did, but just in that dragon fight, sort of got himself on the scoreboard, got that Divine Sundra finish. Jaded is caught out.
Yeah, he's going to go down very soon.
Or is he?
He is on a Leona, though he's not on a Pike, and that was the attitude he was doing last time. Going to get the reset onto the Vex as well, but it is onto a beefy Tom Kench. He is by himself. He's going to survive for a bit. Some good damage onto the Vex as well, and his ADC is going to help him out, get that 1-for-1 in the end at least. But Eclipse are the stronger team at the moment. They are going to push in this lane. And Eclipse, PCE, sorry, are just going to have to go back and defend it.
Yeah, that's... yeah, like Jaded on this Leona, it's so much more forgiving of his positioning. Because, PC might think they've got a pick, but it takes so long to kill this Leona, and they've got so much CC in that kit.
Yeah.
The rest of the team can now back him up, whereas before when he was on his Pike, he'd die before his team could react.
Yeah, I mean, they don't have the most damage in the world for that Leona, of course. They do, Leona does thrive against, attack damage champions. So, you've got the Kindred and Jinx, the only ones hitting her, really, when Lysandra's not around.
And Lysandra going for the Everfrost as well, a little bit more utility over sort of straight damage.
Yeah, exactly. And
it synergizes with the kit incredibly well, but
yeah,
it's not the highest damage.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you're keeping your enemy in place. If you don't do any damage, you're not going to kill him. So, yeah, a bit of an interesting change there that Freezy did go with this kind of more utility champion. But, yeah, really got to try and pull it out the bag at the moment. Jaded just getting rooted in place, of course, is a tanky Leona, so it should be fine just to walk out of there. But, yeah, you can see Eclipse just feel like they have a bit more of a confidence about them, don't they? Actually focusing on these turrets, yeah.
They feel confident starting these fights as well, because it's been proven in this game so far that now when they start a fight, they can finish. And here's a really nice pick.
Exactly, they do get the route onto the Freezy as well, but of course will activate that ultimate to delay the fight as well. Do have the Jinx out at the back and the Kindred. The fear comes in. Luxor goes right into the middle of the team as well. Yeah, the Kindred ultimate did delay the death as well. Kibo gets a double kill, but we do have Freezy onto a double kill. We're going to turn our attention to the Jinx, who is still alive, getting the resets, but we've got a better reset king, baby. His name is Kibo, and he gets a quadra kill for Eclipse, and an 8 as well. And they're going to be pushing in this mid lane with ease.
Yeah, that must feel so good if you're Jaded. After the last game, it felt like everything went wrong from Freezy getting picks onto Jaded, and now it's Jaded getting the picks onto Freezy. So, that's got to feel good, and now they're going to get this 20-minute inhibitor, significantly faster pace than game 1. We've got Dragon spawning in a minute as well, so they're maybe going to, ping's coming out there from Roccet, so they're going to look to set this one up.
Yeah, just walking away. They're not quite getting the inhibitor. The Tahm Kench has come in as well. Going to try and get a hit. No sidestep from Sins as well. Yeah, thinks should be fine. Of course, does have that Frostfire Gauntlet and the stun, and just simply the Everfrost to the face. It's going to get a shutdown for Freezy. Just a bit of a, bit of sweet touch there for Eclipse after that ace, but nonetheless still...
And that's quite a big bounty coming off that Misfortune as well, so...
Yeah. With the Baron off as well, it's a big...
They go for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. They're 6k gold down, they need to do something.
Yeah, this is their moment, that's for sure, when the ADC is down. This is your moment to take it. Can PCE come back into this fight? They're going to engage onto Eclipse instead. Yankins is by himself though. Tundra comes in with the root, with the Frozen Tomb as well. Can they get a kill? Respire gets the first one onto the Tahm Kench. And Kibo is down as well though. The shutdown's coming down for PCE. They are the ones who win this fight, and they are probably going to be able to take the Baron. Eclipse are the ones. They are on a ward though. They're not sure. They're not aware. Jaded is going to get popped, but not going to get taken down either as well. Tries to get the Zenith Blade, but is just simply going to go down as well. Luxor is going to be able to sneak out away. There is that Infernal Dragon. That is up. That could be soul point for Eclipse as well if they can try and challenge this.
Yeah, it's definitely, it's an easy target in that Baron. They've won that fight, but they've gone, we still, even though there's only 2 members left now, we don't want to risk the Baron, especially that ult.
Freezy is coming down in the side. Yeah, that's a very simple take and really good flank as well, because now Luxor is running for his life against 3 members of PCE as well. Bullet time coming out. The Kindred ultimate will prevent any death as well. Really good response from Killer to see that. But in the end, it is a Dragon for PCE to prevent that soul for now.
Oops. Yeah, that.
It's all right.
Yeah, that. I mean, that's put them on. Eclipse are on soul point. That's bought. That's like 5 minutes where that Dragon's off the table. PCE get just a little bit of breathing room, really, where they don't have that pressure of the Dragon.
Yeah. Literally, yeah.
Even if PCE went for the Baron, there's always the threat that ECS can trade for it. Trade for that Dragon, and of course, getting the soul is worth a lot more than just getting a Dragon. So they're taking that power imbalance away.
Yeah, gives that kind of percentage ability power and AD as well, which, certainly, like you said, helps a bit. Certainly for the Jinx, is going to feel really nice as well at this stage. But it does just kind of delay that soul, delay maybe Eclipse winning this game a bit quicker if they are, still in the lead as well. But all to play for, and PCE definitely not going down without a fight in this game. Yeah, so...
Yeah, we're just kind of chilling now, just resetting. Ping's coming out on this Baron again. It looks like both teams are going to want to just battle around there. Respire and Freezy bot side, but both have that Unleashed teleport available, so they can join the fight whenever, as long as they've got something to teleport to, of course.
Yep, that does help, because you can't teleport to something, then you can't teleport. Jaded just going to be able to clear some wards, not going to be too bothered, but Yankins is going to go straight in as well. Just get focused down by 4 members. It may be a teleport as well. The TP's coming in now from Respire. That is the key. That is the moment to pull the trigger, but don't think they're going to get any follow-up kill as well. Of course, PCE are able to disengage with that Karma, so the Baron will be focused here.
That's it. But yeah, they've got vision control there around the back of the pit. They can turn their attention to this Baron. With 5 members left, Leona is really good at stopping anyone trying to take the Baron. Maybe we'll see Jinx, got that Super Mega Death Rocket available. Maybe we could try and go for the hero steal. I'm sure we've all seen it happen.
Yeah, of course, Killer does have that ultimate as well that can prevent Baron being taken as well. So whether he decides to delay it, but in the end, Luxor is going to go straight over. The Kindred ultimate is popped straight away as well. Keep your attention on that Jinx at the back as well. Does the Super Mega Death Rocket. One more hit as well. She's trying to fire the rockets. Does eventually get the kill. There is a double kill for the ADC of Eclipse as well. She gets the triple kill, but she has been thwarted by her opposing ADC. This time, Villance is really flexing his muscles. Has got the muscles, sorry. Has got the triple kill. Respire is just going to simply go down to the turret and give the ace over to PCE. Villance is looking pretty strong again.
They try and two-man this Baron? They're pinging it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, there's nothing to stop them. So yeah, I think it's a good call.
You got something to tank, something to do the damage. Villance is just going to have to be careful with his health. Has got enough health regen, but yeah,
I changed their mind.
Yeah, I think with no turrets taken at all, I think you might want to probably take one down for now at least, when you've got that Jinx damage. But maybe a bit too late, maybe a bit of indecision there has led to a bit of a delay. They are going to try and take it down, I think, because Eclipse are going to come in here trying to defend the turret.
Yeah, they need to get this victory. Jinx is now sitting on so much gold as well, so they want to reset that way as well.
Yeah, and Kibo, you're going to jump away as well. A bit of miscommunication again because Jenkins was by himself, but he is able just to be able to walk away there and just waddle his way.
That dragon spawned in 52 seconds. Again, you know, this is something crucial for, because Eclipse are on that soul point. That could be Infernal Soul, so PC, you know, they need to reset. They need to spend the money, because it's no good winning a team fight if you don't spend the gold. You've not... Gold in your pockets does not deal more damage. You know, you need to actually.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if you've got loads of kills and loads of gold. That it's just going to fall out your pocket when you die. So yeah, this dragon is coming up very soon, 20 seconds, and like you said, Eclipse will really be wanting this to get that soul point and create a further gap in those team fights, because clearly, obviously, you can see that it's not a sure thing with that Jinx. That's for sure.
Yeah, especially you think we had a 6,000k gold lead for Eclipse. It's now shrunk to only 3,000. So it's getting closer to engage.
Let's see if the lead can go again, because Jada gets engaged onto the Tom Kent. The bullet time has come over. You just see at the top of your map, the first to go down is Anray, taken by the Viego on the reset. Killer as well gets the Leona 1-for-1 as well, but Misfortune has responded, taking down the jungler, and it's, I think, in the lead for Eclipse as well. Roccet is feeling really strong, doesn't get the reset onto Freezer, but does get the fear. It's going to walk in. Got to be careful though, some good damage on that Lissandra as well, and that goes to show in the end. Freezy does win that mid lane battle, but you can see there Kibo is about to take that dragon, and it is a crucial fight in this game. A soul point and soul, I should say, for Eclipse. What a fight.
Yeah, and Sins is going to try and take this inhibitor. He's got Respire as well, so the rest of the team joined this. So they got Dragon, they got quite a lot off of this. They should be able to get this turret.
Yeah, some really nice damage there. Good Zhonya's at least to prevent the ultimate kill with the Heartbreaker, but Kibo is going to get his kill in the end as well. Freezy just not quite having the same performance that he did last time. Kibo's just going to be able to jump away to safety and looking really strong. The Baron is still up, whether they go for it, but PCE, they are alive. They don't have any pressure on their base, so could probably respond to this. Yeah,
it's going to be a little while before those super minions are, you know, knocking on the Nexus turret. So they might be able to just fully commit to this Baron fight.
Yep. Yeah, certainly got the potential to. But it's good, you know, that you know, we don't like to see kind of games run away. And I mean, in contrast to the last game, we've already got 50 kills in 30 minutes. So yeah, certainly made up for the maybe quieter first game, that's for sure. Both teams.
Yeah, so, you know, if we add both games together, it averages out quite nicely, doesn't it? You know.
Yeah, I mean, 70 kills in 2 games. Yeah, that's a lot, but you know, so a bit lopsided, like my kind of solo queue performances. But you know, that's what we're here to see. What do you think kind of is tipped it? Do you think it's kind of been a specific player, or do you think it's just generally Eclipse kind of just regrouped themselves and refocused a bit?
Yeah, I think it's all just around these fights. You know, they picked Eclipse, kind of tried to force a fight in the PC jungle, and as you saw, like, it didn't really pay off with the Jinx at the back of the Baron pit. Remember, Jinx just picking up a huge amount of kills, a huge amount of gold, and that's making it so much harder for them to close this game out now with the 2-item Jinx.
Yeah, I mean, at that point, you know, someone mentioned that it was just a 1-item Jinx that managed to do that damage.
Yeah, that was it. It was a 1-item Jinx did that.
Yeah.
And then she wasn't a 1-item Jinx anymore.
Yeah, just think what she could do now. Yeah, Baron is about down to half health. Has been spotted by PCE though. They're going to go in. Tom Kent is going to go right into the mix. He's pretty tanky though. He's going to survive for a bit. He's going to go down. The smite gets stolen away. Killer the Expert, he certainly is living up to that title because he goes down with his life, but he does steal the Baron for his team. The Jinx does have that buff and the Karma as well. Super Mega Death Rocket trying to just maybe pick off a kill onto Sins probably, but may have got the Baron. Eclipse are still able to put this pressure. Only three members of PCE just alive.
They've lost the Baron, but they've still got the momentum. They're actually walking this into the base. I didn't know if they were going to try and pressure some side lanes. It's quite hard to, pressure this against the super minions, but they're trying it.
This is very intuitive as well. Gets the stun onto just the Karma. Not really going to do much here as well. Lissandra is going to go in to try and distort as much as can. The Zhonya's comes out as well. Jaded goes down. You can see in the top lane the Jinx has gone down to the Vex as well. The rest of the respawns, as you said, are coming through as well. PCE are coming back, spawning like the zombies constantly, and they're going to be able to defend their base. Kibo is just alive with 200 HP.
Yeah, I think that's a little bit of a misplay on the side of Eclipse, because if you look, they had so much momentum, and they just, they had the ball, and they dropped the ball. They could have just settled for some outer turrets, but they thought, they saw the end in sight, and they pushed it maybe a little bit too hard, and it's really given PCE just an in back into this game.
Yeah, they really saw their name in lights there, didn't they? They were just with do you know what? We can overtake some Baron minions. We can take them down. We can take down their turrets. But in the end now, of course, they still do have that Baron buff on the side of PCE, and they're going to do exactly what they should be, and that is just take down the outer turrets for now, get that bounty. But I think their bounty is going to be returned because Killer the Expert is going to flash away. The TPs are coming in, though, to defend their own team, and will be able to get away with their life at least. Good response from PCE to keep this game balanced. And Elder Dragon is up very soon.
1 minute 30. The Eclipse are going to look to, they're the team fighting team. They're going to want to establish Baron control, but, we're past 30 minutes now, so we're kind of getting into PC's comfort zone, if you will.
Yeah.
It's like, finally we got past the annoying bit. Now we can actually play League of Legends.
Yeah, I mean, that passive from the Misfortune is going to really hurt as well. Any auto attack, if she can really, this is where, the champion skills come into play. If you can really juggle that passive, you can dish out a lot of damage with that Misfortune if you change your targets. But yeah, PCE certainly have still got good teamfight potential. I think it's really anyone's game here.
Yeah, I mean, they still got this Baron, and they're not really able to utilize it. Oh, Jankins goes in maybe a little bit low.
Yeah, gets the stun onto that Tahm-Kench. That has been the theme of this game. Take down the frog, or the catfish, I should say, and you're going to be winning this game. Whatever animal he is still alive as well. Killer the Expert is the one to get the first kill, though, and it's a double kill. Did have his top lane to help him. Has got the ultimate to survive for now. The solo player did come out. Bullet time trying to take down the Jinx, but she is just by himself. And Villant is alive and well, as is the rest of his team. PCE take the team fight and with an ace.
How's it? Eclipse, they committed so much to killing Jenkins, but they could not bench the Kench. He's still going, he's still here, he's still alive, and it's a 5-0.
Oh, what a
Elder Drake has spawned.
Yeah, question marks pinging. That is what should be happening there, because now that is a free Elder Dragon for PCE, and all of a sudden you see this game going the other way now.
I guess we're right. PCE, they're in their comfort zone now. Post 30 minutes.
Yeah.
This is where they can actually play.
This is their prime time, isn't it?
Yeah, just messy team fighting coming out from Eclipse, and just again not able to get that. The Elder Dragon gone over now, so they're really going to struggle in a team fight now. Yeah, it's really impressive how well Freezy's come back in this game as well. Because we were speaking earlier, he did not have a great lane.
Mm-hmm.
He, early mid game was not going well, and he's now, he's got 4 items. He's strong.
Yeah, and what's curious as well is actually that the junglers are the 2 players that have got the most farm in this game, which is not really a common sight to see. Both top laners have kind of eased off the farm a bit. They've not really been the usual kind of split pushing ones. Been very much involved in the team fights rather than getting that farm up. And I think the Viego certainly pulled through, and you can see this Kindred really coming out as well, just even with that ultimate.
Both those turrets top lane taken, so they just kind of left it.
Yep.
Just abandoned it.
yeah, just don't really care.
That's it.
Put their attention. But yeah, I think you're right. Eclipse maybe should have just been a bit more objective and just kind of saw gold at the end of the tunnel, didn't they? Really?
Yeah,
And just tried to take it.
that probably could be the turning point of this game. If PCE close it out now,
Yeah.
like, it will come down to that.
Yeah, and going for the engage as well. Did try, I think, tried to collapse onto the Vex, but just been able to walk away. And now the pressure is onto this mid lane turret as well. But PCE not looking to exert too much pressure, just kind of happy to just hang around here. There is obviously the top laner.
Still got some time on this Elder if they do force
for
it.
PCE.
Oh,
The
they're
target's going to come in under the turret though as well. Kibo is quite tanky, but not tanky enough. He's going to go down to the ADC as well. Some bullet time comes out. She's going to get knocked up by this Tom Kench, who has been the defining factor in this game. You can see the one didn't go down in that team fight and ultimately won that game.
And Elder buff just putting in work.
Disrupt as well. Yeah, of course there is that Elder Dragon buff. Luxor is going to be coming back very soon and going to go very quickly as well. Villant, he is indeed been the villain for Eclipse because he has eclipsed his ADC and he is going to make them win this series 2-0.
2-0 PC, you know, they had a clean win the first game, this second one. They had a rough early game, but they have really brought it back. And that is, a decisive victory in the end. And Eclipse, you know, maybe going to be a little bit introspective after this game because they had it.
Really, really good lead. I mean, like you said, 6k at one point. And got a bit complacent, I think. You know, there was kind of times in the top lane where, 2v1 against a Tom Kench and just giving a kill over. Even though they did have the soul, you know, in a lot of games, you do see when the soul's taken, the other team, they win a fight, they get the Elder Dragon, and that ultimately turns the game around. Very interesting game, certainly, and the Eclipse will have to lick their wounds and really look hard at themselves. But quickly, we do have an interview now as well. Freezy is in the waiting room, so happy to pull him in now and have a bit of a chat.
Oh.
Hello. Can you hear us, Freezy?
Yes, I can.
Awesome. Yep. Hello. Well done on your 2-0. Very good comeback in the end. So I think focus on the first game and very strong performance. You could really just roam the map on that LeBlanc. How did the plan kind of go from there? Was it just kind of a case of pick and choose, or was it all for themselves really?
We had a plan going into the draft, but we got a bit like shocked by their first 3 bans. I was surprised they left LeBlanc open for me since it's by far my most played champ and my like biggest comfort. So just felt like a bit disrespectful to leave it up, but like I guess they learned after game 1 and banned it for game 2.
Yeah, they definitely adapted there. So you weren't worried, you weren't thinking that they were trying to sort of bait you into it. Did you not? Did you feel like, have they got a way to deal this, or you're just so confident you went, no, it's there, I'm having it?
It's like I've played the champ so much and been my main for like every season I've played, so I've played all the matchups so many times, so I like know the ins and out of most of them. So it's like I'm not scared really. I would
you don't think there's anything? Don't think there's anything they can surprise you with? Yeah.
No.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, they did learn their lesson and banned it in the second game. Bit of a kind of a different performance in the second game with Alessandra. What was the thinking kind of behind going for a more utility champion? Was it just because you felt maybe support the rest of your team? You know, with Villance did very well on the Jinx both games. What was kind of the thinking there?
Yeah, there was like mid pool was pinched a lot, and when they picked Vex, Camille, and Viego, I felt like trying to get some space for my 2 carries with Kindred and Jinx was just my priority. But it ended up being like a really awful lane for me to play, especially with the jungle attention. It was like really hard for me to get any prio and help Kindred to get marks. And honestly, game 2, it just felt like we got away with murder.
Yeah. When you saw, I want to focus on a specific part of the game that's living rent free in my head right now. So after they took, they what was the fight? They pushed into the base. You got
Yeah.
Baron, but then you got pretty much wiped, and I thought they were going to go for side lanes, but they just went straight to the Nexus, trying to go into your Baron minions. What
Yeah,
did you think? Were
and
you surprised
like
at that? Because we were surprised.
Nah, I thought like we were saying that they probably could end there, so we were just trying to do our best to flip like as many kills as possible and win time for the other 2 or 3 to
Yeah,
come
for the
back up. So
respawns.
like yeah, so we were just trying to win time, and we ended up getting like 2 or 3 kills maybe, and it just turned
Yeah.
out really good.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
tanked a lot of damage from fighting with the Baron minions. So, like for me, I feel that's where the game flipped on its head.
Yeah, they're going to be having nightmares about Baron minions tonight, aren't they? Just like zapping them in their dreams or something. Like, no, no, don't do it
Stop.
again. I'm sorry, Baron. Yeah. So, yeah, really good comeback, and it didn't really. I mean, me and Tom were saying on stream as well that you didn't really have to kind of create many opportunities. You just kind of reacted to what Eclipse were trying to do. And just respond and kind of gradually win those team fights. But you were 6k behind at one point. Did you guys kind of regroup and re-strategize, or did you just kind of expect just to stay calm and hopefully kind of get a good team fight sort of thing?
Yeah, I mean they played early game really good that game. They didn't give us anything. We got the 2 kills on Jinx early, but then they ended up like zoning her off 2 or 3 waves and killed them both. So like they like played early game really good, and we kind of felt like we fucked up our draft a bit because we didn't have prio anywhere, and Kindred couldn't really contest when they dove and invaded. So it was like when they were 6k ahead, like we felt like the game was super hard to play, and there was like no real opportunities for us to go for. So we were just trying to like maybe get a pick or like try to flip a fight when they overextend, and it ended up working out really good because like I think all of my teammates are just really good mechanically, and especially the bot lane fight where everyone kited it out really good. I think it showed the skill expression from all of them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you guys did really well. So, yeah, well done to hold in there and come back. Tom, did you have any other kind of points before we let Freezy go and have a wild celebration night with his team?
No, I think yeah, we'll let it end there. We've had
Cool.
some good discussion.
Yeah, great. Well, yeah, thanks for joining, Freezy, and a great entertaining 2 games as well. I think Tom's lacking a bit of sleep, so he's also probably grateful that you did win 2 in 2 games and not took us to 3 games.
Yeah. Do you know what we did say before the game? Well, didn't we? That like it won't be 3 40-minute games, because if the game 2 goes to like 40 minutes, it's probably going to be
Yeah, we were
a
saying
2-0. Yeah.
yeah, we were saying that 30 minutes was your like
Comfort
peak
zone.
period comfort zone as well. Once you guys hit the 30 minutes, that's when you're cruising and you're like, yeah, we got this, guys. It's fine.
Yeah, it seemed like that. Thanks a lot
Yeah.
for casting.
No worries, man. Yeah, anytime.
Sure.
So yeah, thanks again, and good luck with the rest of the games.
Thank you, thank you.
Cheers. And he's gone. Well, there you go. Nice little debut for you, Tom. There. How did you feel
Yeah,
about
it's
those 2
been fun.
games?
I always enjoy casting. They were interesting games. We were,
Mhm.
it was a little slow off the mark that game 1.
Yeah,
Cool, calculated. Game 2 though, what that was a corker of a game.
yeah, it was indeed. Corky
Good
in the first
fights.
game and a corker in the second one. But the
Oh.
most important question I think we're going to finish on is, Tom, what are you having for dinner?
Don't know.
Come on, man! You've had
Something
so much time to think about this.
something pasta based. I'll figure it out in a bit. All I
Okay,
know
well,
is I've got garlic bread. That's happening. That's happening. Everything else is secondary, innit?
oh man, yeah, I think I got to whack out the garlic bread now as well. Let's put it in my mind. Fair enough. But well, enjoy your dinner. We'll all be thinking of you. And thanks again for filling in
No worries.
late night. As I'm sure that the substitute caster.
Yeah, substitute caster.
Yeah, that's what you can be known as every time you come. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in as well. I hope you guys enjoyed it and weren't too many technical errors or casting errors, I should say, on my part. But yep, catch us again. Valence League are on Mondays and Thursdays from 7 p.m. So catch us here and see you there. Thanks.